Let's start with your reading, Sagittarius. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Make sure to check out the readings for all of your signs so to understand better your overall situation. Now, let's see what energies are around you right now and your upcoming events. Okay, all right, so the energy at the bottom of the deck today is the Tower reversed. And what I'm seeing here is overall someone who is trying to hide something from you. This could be something big, it can be something small, or as we see actually here in the middle of the reading, it could be some sort of pattern. Overall, this person is always trying to manipulate the situation, to make it seem what it's actually not. And this, it's definitely a lot to deal with. The Tower reversed really talks about someone who's resisting the truth coming up on the surface. And now they have a lot of things that they have to control, a lot of things that they have to make sure they don't say, or they say in a specific way, so to not let you know that there is something that in fact you are not aware about. Right here, this Tower is really pushing to come up, and the more they keep for themselves, the more powerful this energy becomes. So let's see what's going on in this situation, Sagittarius. Overall, in the middle of the reading, we have the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords. And look at these two. I mean, this is kind of funny to me because this Queen of Swords, which in my opinion is representing you right now, is definitely aware of what this person right here is up to. She is being silent. She is being somewhat quiet. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that she's not aware of what's going on into this situation at all. First of all, this feels like a pattern to me, something that this person overall does. It's their personality. It's how they behave with you, but not only with you, Sagittarius. This seems to be someone who always tries to hide things, to change them up a little bit in order to tell their story, in order to tell the facts from their point of view. There is always something going on with this person that talks about them hiding something, keeping something for themselves. Now, of course, with the Tower right there, you might think that this is something big. This person has betrayed me, has cheated on me, but what I'm seeing here is actually a pattern for the small things. You know, this really feels like someone who never truly admits things that you already know about. And in order to see a pattern here, it means that these things were somewhat small. Otherwise, you would have already left. Right here, you might be dealing with someone who never admits anything until you really take it out of their mouth. And so you have to ask the question, ask it again, and then going at it from a different point of view, perhaps. And then eventually, when they cannot say no anymore, then that's when they admit this. And also what I'm seeing here is definitely someone who is following this pattern strategy because they don't know any better. Now, this doesn't justify their behavior at all, but we're just trying to understand where they're coming from. Is there something bigger, perhaps, that they are hiding? Or is this something coming out of insecurities or just selfishness? We will have to see what this is about. But overall, this feels to me as someone who wants to change things, who wants to change their approach. But eventually, they always end up doing the same thing over and over again. And so clearly all of these little things all together, now they are summing up and they are making you feel very doubtful about the overall situation. How can I truly relax and be myself with someone who behaves this way, with someone who always has a secret? What if one day they actually have the big secret, that specific type of event, element, truth that would really change everything up for me? And so right here with the moon in your focus position, I just see you wondering, what else is this person hiding? Is there anything right now that I should be aware about right now or in the future? And when you're left with so many questions, so many open questions, your mind starts to wonder. And right here, you're thinking, all right, so this person right now has received a notification. Who is that notification from? They are 30 minutes late. Where are they? Who are they with? That's a lot of work, Sagittarius. And that's so not you. That's so not you. In fact, here in the past position, Knight of Wands, this is you. This is who you used to be, at least in your original element, and perhaps at the beginning of this relationship. This Knight of Wands right here is someone free-spirited, someone optimistic, and overall, you do not recognize yourself in this new you. You do not want to be like this, but it's overall a reaction to all of those doubts and all of those things that really feel like they are unsaid, unspoken, but yet still right there, right underneath the surface. And so right here with the Nine of Wands, you are reminded of who you are, and you want to go back to this. You want to go back to that place that has a lot of passion, that makes you feel optimistic, makes you feel as though this is going to be fun, this is going to be good, this is going to be a good adventure. Whereas instead, this feels like a nightmare, or it feels like a situation which could transform into a nightmare in one split second. And so right here, Knight of Wands, you remember who you are, which is good, and you remember who you want to be, and you see yourself right now in the mirror. You see yourself from an external point of view, maybe you checking this person's phone or just spending so much time wandering, and you're thinking, wow, they really bring out the worst in me, and I do not want to be in this. Even though you might love them, even though you might care about them a lot, you are starting to realize that by loving them, you are not loving yourself. And so right here in your strength position, 3 of Cups, guess what? You need to take some time for yourself, Sagittarius, now. This is really good for multiple reasons, but the first one is that you need to give your mind a break. This is you getting together with your friends, having fun, drinking, going out, celebrating, just being with those people who lift you up, who make you forget about the worries, the anxiety. You owe that to yourself right now. It does look like you're not going to receive immediate answers. And so there is nothing that you're going to miss out on if you go out and spend one night, or if you leave for 1 week and just be with your family. Trust me, this is going to recharge your batteries, and it's going to make you understand how to move forward, which is something very important right now. And so with the 3 of Cups, another important thing that you are going to achieve by basing your next few moves on this energy is showing this person that you're not always going to be there trying to get the truth out of them, trying to fix things. And so this is creating some sort of boundaries. And of course, making some space for yourself is always a good thing. Show them that they're not essential, and that if they don't get their act together, you leave. You have options. You have a life outside of them. And it's very easy, just like a switch. Make them believe. It's just like a switch. I'm going to turn it off, and this is completely over. And I'm going to redirect all that energy somewhere else. I have options. And so you better act get your act together, because otherwise I am not going to stick around. But really mean it. Don't do it as just a mean to get a reaction from them. And you have to, when you know that you mean it, it's when you are putting yourself first. When you're saying, you know what, regardless of what this is, regardless of this being a huge secret or just small secrets, it's not making me happy. And I deserve to be happy. That's all, period. Now, what we see supporting the energy that supports this message, this reading, Six of Cups. And you know why this is actually very important? Right here, we see that after behaving like this, Three of Cups, and just letting go, not fighting anymore, focusing on yourself, there is this new type of energy that comes into the situation. The Six of Cups, one thing that maybe usually you don't hear about, really represents your inner child. And overall, these are two people who are loving each other as teenagers would do, as kids would do, with no agenda, with no secrets, with nothing there to hide. And so this energy is showing up because it's definitely there. It's hidden underneath something, some issue that is making them behave this way. But what the cards are wanting to show you is the potential. We see right there with the Six of Cups that you have the potential to go back to pure love, forgetting about everything that has happened and never having to experience it again. So clearly this person is about to have an internal conflict because they miss you right away as soon as you leave, as soon as you go with this Three of Cups, and they realize at that point that perhaps they depend on you more than you depend on them. And even if you don't know it, even if they always act as though they have everything that they need, trust me, that's another act. That's another one of their trying to hide the truth. Now, coming towards you, very important, very, very important, Sagittarius, the High Priestess. And so right here, you are seeing overall a message that it's telling you, Sagittarius, there is a lot more that you don't know about this person. And it's not about what they do in the context of this relationship. It's about their past, their fears, and the reason why they act like this. This is going to be actually very fundamental to figure out what it is, because I do believe that it holds the truth. It holds the reasons why this situation is the way that it is. The High Priestess really shows you a time coming up where all the noise, it's going to go away. All the distractions, all the doubts are going to go away. And what is left is the truth. The truth that sits in between the lines, not the one that you just see in front of you, that you are told. And so, overall, I do believe that you're going to enter a phase soon with this person where you're going to realize things that maybe you haven't had the chance to realize before. And so, let's see what you should expect in the near future with this High Priestess. Let's see what's coming up, what type of truth is coming up that you didn't know about. Let's also just flip the reading and see this other person's point of view. What are their true feelings? What are their true intentions? And why we have this issue right here, which I believe connects to this High Priestess coming up energy, that it's going to reveal things to you that you didn't know. So, let's clarify this High Priestess, and let's see what you should expect in the near future and how it's going to impact your distant future with or without this person. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Sagittarius, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Sagittarius. So, we clearly have seen a situation where you have a lot of questions, have a lot of doubts, and for really good reasons. How frustrating it is to love someone who is never 100% transparent, who always leaves you somewhat hanging. It's just not a position that you enjoy. And you're starting to miss the old you. You're starting to miss the lighter days, the happier days. And soon I do believe that you're going to get to a breaking point. Now, use that moment to still build something, to still bring the transparency and see the sun right here, that truth that desperately wants to come up, and it's going to come up. So we see right here that in the near future with that high priestess right there is something that you didn't know about. Now, in the moon energy, you have wondered, you have started to really think about every single possible scenario. But I assure you that right here, there is something that was hidden in plain sight that you didn't notice at first. And so let's see what that is. First of all, let's clarify that high priestess, and let's see what you should expect in the near future. Yes. Wow, this is really going to shock you, and for a very good reason. Because